Four little letters, but one big word: hope. Now, we are living in a time that is challenging our hope, isn't it? We're worried about our families, we're worried about our friends, we're worried about our future and our jobs. We're worried about our health and what is going to happen to us in the weeks to come. Hope. Can we really have hope in the middle of the coronavirus? Well, we often think that hope is really about our circumstances. We think that if things are going well, then of course, we feel happy and we can be hopeful. But when things are going bad, then it seems that hopelessness is our only option. Well, there was a famous Jewish German doctor called Viktor Frankl, and he was in the death camps during the Second World War, and he survived. And when he came out of the death camps, he wondered and asked the question, why was it that in the death camps some of the people who had been interred fell apart? Why did some wither? Why did some become informants? But why then did others come out strong and true and resilient? And his answer was hope. He tells the story of one of his friends who had formed the belief that the war would end by the end of March one year. And as the weeks progressed and it got closer to the end of March, his friend realised that it wasn't going to happen. And the poor man became sick and he died. Hopelessness destroys us on the inside. Four little letters, but one big word. Can we have hope in our circumstances? Well, the Bible says to us that hope deferred makes the soul sick. But it also says that God has given us a living hope. And that living hope is tied to the person of Jesus Christ. The Bible tells us actually that Jesus Christ is our hope because he is the only one who has ever come back from the dead. Now, you might have lots of questions about that. You might have questions about how can we really believe in Jesus Christ when he lived 2,000 years ago? How can we really believe that someone came back from the dead 2,000 years ago? Well, Christians maintain that the resurrection of Jesus Christ is not a fantasy. It's not just a feeling inside of ourselves, but it is something that really happened. That it's based upon eyewitness accounts. It's based upon the fact of an empty tomb, upon the fact of changed lives. And you can look into it yourself. You can investigate yourself. But the issue is this. If it is true, if Jesus really did come back from the dead, then everything is different. It means that we no longer have endless death, but the end of death. It means that we no longer live in a meaningless universe trying to be as happy as we can before we disappear and turn into dust. But it means that God has given us an answer. God has given us a way. God has given us a living hope. Why not look into that today? Why not investigate that today? Why not think that through for yourself and find out if there is real hope